So it wasn't that long ago, very recent, that I actually uploaded a video explaining all of the changes in Season 18 and the upcoming content that's going to be featured in patch 2.6.6. That was PTR notes, public test realm notes. Wasn't actually officially confirmed, but kind of was, but not really, because it wasn't like in the form of official patch notes like it is now. It is here now, so let's go through this again and just make sure if there's something that we missed or if there's been some changes, and just to make sure that everything's confirmed that we've already gone through. So, as we can see here, Season 18 will be the season of Triune, and it begins on August 23. So the official start date is August 23, and let's have a look at some of the rewards here. So portrait frames, not too interested in portrait frames, to be honest with you. Let's expand this. So armor, I guess we got cosmetic armor as well. A lot of them, I think the cosmetic rewards, correct me if I'm wrong, I think all of them are actually recycled from a previous season. So, what do I want as a reward? How about some cool pets? How about some different types of wings? Like, give us something a bit better than some stupid, shitty portrait frames and then armor that we can just transmogrify. Seriously? And of course, Hodrick's gifts have been part of seasons for quite a while, and we get that armor, but that shouldn't even be included, like, really as a reward. I mean, yes, we do get our set items as a reward, but seriously, is that the best you can do? I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed with the rewards, especially recycling old ones and their portrait frames, and they're only cosmetics that you can transmogrify your items with. So anyway, the theme is the season of Triune. So like I explained, basically what happens with this season is little power circles appear on the floor for every level type, every class type, anywhere in the game at any random time, any given random time. And these random circles, kind of like the Oculus Ring, will empower you and give you a buff. So there are 3 different types of circles that can appear. The Triune of Love, so players in the circle receive a 100% damage bonus. The Triune of Determination, so players in this circle receive a 50% discount on resources spent while active. And Triune of Creation, while standing in an active circle, any skills currently on cooldown come off of cooldown a lot more quickly. So just cooldown reduction buff there. It's great how they're trying something different, and this applies to everyone and will actually change the entire game as we know it. Now, here we go. Season 18 cosmetic rewards. Again, these are recycled. These have already appeared in a previous season. So it looks like Blizzard is getting a little bit lazy. I hope that means that they're actually working on either a huge expansion for us for Diablo 3 or Diablo 4. Because why else would they get so lazy and just, recycle stuff that has already been a reward? And the rewards, seriously, they're quite average. They're boring, and if you've already got them, then you basically get no reward other than being able to grind more levels and play Diablo 3 and enjoy some new content, which is the season of Triune, the buff. That's pretty much it. Stash tabs back again. So as you've been diligently slaying demons for the past few seasons and reached Conqueror. So Conqueror is the second last chapter, I believe, in your seasonal journey. So once you achieve Conqueror, then you'll get an extra stash tab. So you'll earn 1 additional tab each season by finishing the Conqueror tier up to a maximum of 5. So looking at seasonal conquests, not really going to look too deeply into this because we're not going to worry about this until the end of the season anyway, and that's nothing new there. Conquests aren't anything new. So Hodrick's gift. So obviously each season with Hodrick's gifts, they give you, as you complete your chapters, you get 2 pieces and then eventually get your full set items for the character. It's different. It's a different set each season, and I think it's up to chapter 4 you should have your full sets. So for Barbarian this season, you get the Legacy of Rakor, Crusader, Armor of Akan. For the Demon Hunter, Embodiment of the Marauder. For Monk, you get Inner's Reach, which is probably the class that I'm playing, the Monk, I think. I'm like 99% sure right now, like I've mentioned in previous videos. I think I will go the Monk, at least to begin with. Necromancer, you get the Pestilence Master's Shroud. Witch Doctor, Zunimaster's Haunt. Wizard, the Dalseer's Magnum Opus. Patch notes. You will find patch notes, most recent updates. Changes from the PTR notes have been highlighted in red. So lucky we had a look today because there are some changes. Now, let's have a look and see what changes we've got. So Triune has been added. Triune's will, all abilities, blah, 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 Triune love. Yeah, so we know all this. So in addition, we received feedback from players doing the PTR about colorblind accessibility. We've changed one of the blue tinted circles to a darker green earth tone that should stand out a lot more for affected players. We greatly appreciate the feedback. Well, that's great because we have colorblind or players that are affected by some sort of colorblind issues. So this is great that Diablo is actually supporting their community. I think that's a really good sign. So broadly, a handful of powers left at blah, 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 targeted blah, 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 blah. So updated item notes. There are a number of notes below clarifying the intention of certain item functionalities. So let's see, some things have changed. So Flavor of Time makes Pylon last twice as long. So now only wearers of this item gain this effect. So let's just say you got like Nemesis braces and, you know, only one person in group play has to wear them, and that way everyone still, you know, gets to kill the elite and collect the treasure that the elite drops, the loot, whatever. In this case, with the pylon effects lasting twice as long, everyone has to have this item equipped in order for it to work. So you can't just have one player. I think it's pretty good that they've actually pointed that out and spelled it out for us. So this one, the Executioner, was quite an overpowered one that I was interested in before. Attacks will slay enemies with less than 5 to 10% health. This item's power does not work on followers. This is intended. Yeah, I kind of gathered that anyway. It would have been pretty overpowered if you know, you could equip the Executioner on your follower and then just, you know, go all out, put in all the items that you want on your character, and then just be able to slay and execute monsters when they're 5 to 10% health. That would have been pretty cool. Stone Gauntlet. So this item now displays a buff icon and has a clearer in-game description. Thank you for the feedback. That's good. I love when you see buff icons and you can actually track when things are active or not. It's kind of a no-brainer. Most abilities should have something like that. This is quite interesting because I thought Stone Gauntlets, I was about to read that they got nerfed because Stone Gauntlets is going to be pretty overpowered. I must say, lack of rewards, at least we've got some new items and new legendary stats that we can play with. So the Echoing Fury, this item's power now works on kill assist and pet kills. Thank you for the feedback. Squirt Necklace, this item now displays a buff icon. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, no brainer, it should have a buff icon. Messerschmitt's Reaver. This item's power now works on kill assist and pet kills. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah. Mortix Brace. Developer's note. We're not done with Barbarians either. However, this is a change that required less testing and could be easily added to 2.6.6. So rather than waiting for a larger batch of changes, we saw no reason to hold this one back. Cool. So it's going ahead. Spite, nothing changing there. Legacy of Dreams, we've gone through in my last video. Basically, you're going to be able to play through Season 18 just like you did with Season 17. You can keep experimenting with Legacy of Nightmares, LON type builds. So what that means is you won't be able to equip any set items. Well, sorry, I keep forgetting to say this correctly. You can have set items equipped as long as you don't have a set item bonus active. So one set item is fine, and you definitely want to make sure it's ancient because this legendary gem is going to benefit from having all ancient items equipped. So it just works like the Legacy of Nightmares. Now, I don't know whether this can stack with the Legacy of Nightmares rings. This is one thing that was brought up by one of my viewers. I actually don't know if it can stack because that would be super overpowered if you have Legacy of Dreams gem plus Legacy of Nightmares. That's a lot of multiplying of damage increasing and damage reduction. No, I don't think it can. How silly of me, because Legacy of Nightmares is an actual set item buff. So that kind of went over my head there. So it doesn't look like it won't be stackable with your Legacy of Nightmares. Sorry, one of my subscribers did mention that it would be super overpowered, assuming that they could stack, but you can't because this kind of works as, you know, your ancient LON kind of damage increase and damage reduction increase, as opposed to having the Legacy of Nightmares rings equipped. So you have to go either or, I will be assuming, because if you could stack those two, man, it'll be way too OP. Squirt's Necklace fixed an issue with the damage taken increase was not reaching the 50% cap. Okay. Captain Crimson's trimmings, which I don't use, fixed an issue in the bonus provided by this class. Set was subject to snapshotting. Interesting. So, there we go. Season 18 begins Friday, August 23rd in North America. For you console players, it's Friday 23rd. And when will Season 18 end? They don't really reveal an end date, but we're looking at, roughly 3 months, give or take. And that's it. So you've got a couple days left of Season 17. That's the updated Season 18 notes on the features, items, and rewards. So there was a few changes to the items. Good thing that Blizzard is working hard. And good thing that we're getting some changes, even though the rewards are very lackluster. In fact, disappointing for me. Love you all. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell to be updated every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to tune back in and we'll play Season 18 together. Not long to go now, baby. Woo!